Hello everyone and welcome back to the Joondalup Bowling Club. I want to say in the sunny west, but we're a little bit cloud covered at the moment, so I can't say the sunny west at the moment, but it's still comfortable enough, and hopefully we don't get any rain. There's just a little couple of specks off the radar, but as you get a bit of a look at the at a bit of a cloudy sky, but still. It's game time coming up for round 3 as teams try and push for this gold medal match tonight. And of course, some of them, they're looking for a bronze medal match as well. So there are plenty to play for plenty of medal opportunities to play for in the next couple of hours. Clive Adams here with Peter Harris. How are you, mate?
I'm very well. Yep, a bit cool. Had to put the jumper on.
Yeah, I haven't gone the jumper yet, but it might happen later on, so we'll see. But we've got Tasmania to take on the ACT here in the women's triples, and it will be Kirsten, Viney, Kim Saunders and Erin Moore for Tasmania to take on Sandra Warren, Penny Auld and Mandy Stitt from the ACT. That's the match we've got for you now. It could be that the bronze medal match is up for grabs here, but Tasmania is still a chance if things were to go their way with other results. They'd need a fairly big margin. Tasmania would need a big margin, and they need Victoria to beat New South Wales, but realistically Tasmania would have to be winning by 15 or 16 shots before that comes into play for those margins to work for them. So we think Tasmania might be looking for a bronze medal match here with, and then hoping that New South Wales beats Victoria, and
we'll see how that looks as we move on.
In Section 1, South Australia lead that section in the women's triples. They've won 2 matches, but they're only +6. The NT are 1 win +2. They're playing Queensland, who are 1 win -2. And South Australia are playing WA, who are yet to win, but they're only -6. So there's a few things that could play out there in terms of gold medal and bronze medal matches. All right,
plenty to play for.
Okay, we are underway here, and that is the first bowl on its way from Sandra. Sandra Warren, Queen Bien, the club. Interesting how some of the teams are in club uniforms, some are in state uniforms. That's just the different rules around the way each state does it.
There's not too many in state uniforms.
But the Tasmanians
are one of them. Yeah, most of them are in club.
So we're on rink 2 here. So you will see other games going on at the same time. We've got a men's triples match happening on rink 1. WA and the NT. Now that one pretty much is for a bronze medal match berth. Queensland playing the ACT. Queensland with a pretty hefty shots advantage in Section 2 of the men's triples draw. The Section 1 of the men's triples, Pete, that's a little tighter. All teams on 1 win. Victoria leading that on +5. Everybody else is minus shots.
Oh dear.
But only just. So Victoria +5, Tasmania -1, South Australia -2 and New South Wales -2. So that's in the men's Section 1. The two winners are going to be looking at their margins at the end of it. Victoria are playing South Australia there. Tasmania are playing New South Wales.
So Sandra opened up really well for the ACT. Now this is Penny just underneath. So interesting to see. The wind has died a little bit from this morning. So from what we saw, that narrower hand drew just as well, pretty well against it anyway, so it might even be a little bit wider this game.
Kim Saunders now. Kim's going to have her work cut out this week because she's playing in every event. She won every state title in Tasmania.
It's a great start there, so trial the jack for 1 or 2.
And I did ask Kim during the week, are you substituting in any of them? She said, no. She said, I won them all. What an amazing performance.
It is. No matter which state you come from.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing to do.
Kim's been a star of Tasmanian bowls for quite a few years now. Well, a little bit of jack. Saw that hold up a little bit. There was enough breeze there just to hold the line. Now see what Kim can do with this one. She's pointed it well.
Yeah, it's just got to run a little bit to hold the line. It's going to sneak underneath. So that'll be 3 seconds.
So we do have the stickers on the bowls that will help. You've got the colourful stickers of Tasmania against the stickers of Queanbeyan by the look of it on the other bowls, on the ACT bowls.
So the Tasmanian girls have 3 seconds, but Queen's ACT. So the Queanbeyan and got confused with the... I got stuck between ACT and Queensland. So we just walked...
Right.
I'm easily confused, as you know, Clive.
So Mandy looking to get round the front.
He's trying
Probably
to hold,
doesn't
isn't it?
quite have the run to do it. Would have been interesting if that got past as to how much finish it had. I'll tell you what, that is an inviting look at this bowl now.
You would expect some kind of weight here. Maybe not a lot, but some kind of weight. She needs to move that shot bowl, trail the jack.
So Erin looking with weight. Looking for this to hold on now.
Oh, I see a dirty rub. Just enough for shot.
So if you weren't with us in the previous round, 18 ends is the journey here, 2.5 hour time limit, and dead ends will be replayed. First day of the Australian Championships. It's a triples day. We leave here with the triples gold medals decided tonight.
It's a good effort. Just didn't quite get down with the extra weight. One to Tasmania, but she hasn't really got a lot of good options to get another one. She's going to have to try and find a hole up the front on this forehand.
Yeah, maybe we just go back down to the head end and just have a look at this. There you go. So she's trying to find a way in there on the forehand to see if there was a gap at the front, because she doesn't want to go anywhere near that Queanbeyan bowl.
I think trying to convince her to go backhand.
Looking at what we've seen, Pete, with the wind up, there's a line there around those bowls at the front. Unfortunately, Kim's just across in the front of those bowls at the moment. But the line just underneath that wide bowl that you see in that gap between the yellow there, that's a line that would work. Are they considering still looking for the bowl?
I don't know. Well, yes,
that's what it is. Okay, so they were thinking about a few things. Doesn't want to get her own now. No result there. So that was the discussion as to whether they were going for their own bowl. So one, not for their own bowl, for the second shot. So one it is, and Tasmania are on the board first, albeit with a slightly fortunate result with that first runner from Erin.
They are the team that does need to win by a few.
Yep.
So maybe just attacking a little bit early, just to try
first
and
few ends, see if they can get themselves into the
position where if it becomes relevant later on.
New South Wales have scored first against Victoria, 2 shots there to New South Wales. That's in the women's event. And in the men's event, closest to us, NT have scored first, 2 shots there. And Queensland have scored against the ACT, 3 shots on the first end. Of course, all of the Nationals 2023 proudly brought to you by Tourism Western Australia, the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, Lottery West, and the City of Joondalup. Experience more in Joondalup town. They have been fantastic. Of course, Bowls Australia appreciate all of their partners in bringing you the Nationals. It's a massive exercise, Pete.
It is. It's a lot of preparation. And we're nearly coming to the end. It's amazing how quickly it goes towards the end. So, last, 4 days, 3.5 days.
So first bowl of Sandra just stayed out deep and came up slightly short of the jack as well. So, some room for Kirsten.
It's a better line here from Kirsten from her first one.
Just needs it to finish now. It's pushing past.
Past underneath, so yeah, it went a long way in the end.
Sandra Warren, has she made any correction here? It's still sitting out deep. She's running to her own out there.
So I didn't see. It will be the shot, but I wouldn't expect it to stay that way.
Just bear in mind, the players are doing their best to keep that centre line free for us. They do have games going on the rinks next to them, so there is a limit to how wide they can go. And Pete scared a couple of our competitors in the last round, and they were standing right off the rink. They don't have that option this time.
I would never do that.
Scary man.
Never do that. Well, it's only got to make its way because the line is really good. Just going to run out of... Still shot, 1.5 foot short.
1.5 foot, yeah. And now, Penny Auld. Well, the line's great, but we saw this last time. The bowl just took off when it got to about there, and it has still run past a bit.
Kim looking for 2 feet probably on her last. Line is good again.
Don't know about the weight. Not quite.
Same again. Still may count. Inside edge coming. Does help.
Might be the shot by the look of that.
Yeah.
I think the signal was 1 down from Erin.
Certainly from this angle that we're looking at, looks shot. Not so convincing on the side-on angle that we are at, but that down the ground one was...
And the signal was made. Yeah. I'm sure I saw Erin say 1 down, so probably the best indication we've got at this point. And maybe if she goes searching for the bowl, an even better indication. Well, looks like she's playing up through Kim's bowls. Needs to push that line a little.
She's close to the bowl. Just
played it well.
Slide underneath it.
Played it well though. Gave it plenty of chances. It's going to be important for Mandy here to get another one in the head for the ACT, because we've already seen that Tasmanians aren't scared to play a bit of weight.
That's pretty good. What's it going to do with that jack?
Well, it's a great shot.
Not a lot.
That is a great shot.
It might still only be 1, but it's a better one.
It's a better one, and potentially... Well, maybe first and third, yeah. So far less susceptible to any danger.
Confusion. Having another discussion.
Sit and stay is the call from Kim. So looking to land this closest bowl out of the head.
It's closer to the jack.
Just on the outside. Can Mandy find a way through here with another? It's
similar bowl to her last, isn't it?
Needs to drop underneath.
Again, where's that jack going?
Well,
just giving it away, I think.
I think so. Yes, it's going to be another one on the board to Tasmania. 2-0 after the first two ends in favour of Tassie. A Tasmanian combination of Kirsten, Viney, Kim Saunders and Erin Moore. Our ACT combination of Sandra, Warren, Penny Auld and Mandy Stitt.
So not a long end. Bit shorter than, I don't know, somewhere between medium 3/4. Kirsten has got a really good start here. It's going to drop in 2 feet behind. Nice place for a leader to be if they're not going to be on the jack. That's that second spot.
Mabel letting us know it's a lovely morning in Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland, are they? What weather are they in at the moment? Opposite to us, aren't they?
Well, we'll be the opposite to us, yeah.
So not spring.
No.
Autumn.
Well done, Pete. And Wombat asking about the live scores. There is a link to the live scoring page in the description of our feed that you're watching. And also, if you go into the Bowls Now app and make your way to the women's triples or the men's triples, depending on which one you're after, you can actually click live there and you can follow the live scores right there. So there's a couple of options for you to follow the scores, as this one looks like it's close to the jack.
Yeah, they
just nudges it. One to Tassie at the moment, as Kim now has a chance to consolidate on that. Little touch of the jack herself, wouldn't go astray.
Again, it's another one that's on the tight line.
The tendency to feel that breeze, and even though the breeze isn't particularly up at the moment, and just bite the line.
Especially at the end they're in, there's probably feels it a bit more. When you're coming towards where they're coming, it's a lot of protection from the clubhouse. So it will allow it to draw more at the end than where they're standing. Looks wider, but she's just got to run it out. Trying hard.
Okay, so Kim's gone a bit wider here. Needs to clear the front first. Still wasn't quite out there.
No.
It really is turning back quite nicely there for a narrow hand, but I think you might be onto something, Pete, with that protection of the clubhouse.
Oh, thanks. Compliments are very hard to get from this fella.
And this is well done. This is very well played. Hides away a bit as well.
So 2. It'll be 2 to the A. Yeah, just the 2. Will it?
I think so. I think Erin was favouring the Tasmanian bowl before those 2 bowls.
She was.
Yep. So looking to swoop round the front on the forehand here.
Interesting choice.
Giving yourself something to play to.
Yep.
First bit about clearing those is good. Now, how much is it going to get down? It's close. Is it going to get too far down?
Too far down.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow. Well, just actually rolled one of them out.
Yeah, no comment whether it's still 2.
She's actually been fairly unlucky there because she's reduced her target considerably by just edging the bowl. Oh, another one not far away here. Now, where's this jack going?
Where's the jack going again? Oh, she's following this time. Yep. There's been a fair bit of jack movement in this game, and not a lot of it's been friendly.
And that comes of pushing up into the breeze and trying to get results, holding on, a tight line.
Yep.
Sometimes you can just get to that jack a little bit more than you'd potentially like to.
Still calling this forehand. It's tough. It's a tough shot.
Well, there was plenty of turn there to get back to it, but it's just going to have to be perfectly played to do it.
It's one of those ones you could play a really good shot here and still quite easily be down. It has to be absolutely perfect, this. Well, it's on its way. A little bit wider than her last.
And that was the trick, is nailing that weight to allow it to get back into that gap. So a relatively open draw really here now for Mandy. Not a lot of room, but at least enough around the front to have a nice arc in here.
She's given it a try too. It's just got to run it out.
That is a fantastic effort.
Great. Oh,
might have done it.
May have made it. That's a really good shot.
2 it is. Gets the job done. Brings it back to 2 shots apiece after 3 ends have been played. Of course, it is 18 ends, the journey here, and as we gave you a bit of a summary at the start, New South Wales in the box seat in this section, no doubt about that. They've won 2 games, they're plus 22 shots. They're playing Victoria now, who's won 1 game and they're plus 11. They lead at 4-1 in that game, New South Wales. So Tasmania looking to try and capitalise on a New South Wales victory, really, and get a look at a bronze medal match tonight.
So similar length. It seems both teams are happy with this, like medium, I suppose. Whatever medium means. It's not long, it's not short. track, but I think it is running.
Certainly not a bad opener.
No, not too bad. That's about a metre through. A touch less. Well, Sandra might be taking this Jack for a walk. Again, just going the wrong way.
It wasn't a great walk.
No. Keeps Kirsten on this hand with no correction now required. Same bowl. Just lost the weight that she had. So 3 foot short, but second shot.
See plenty of the stars of the Nationals
Yeah.
still around. Olivia Millerick in the background there, and some of our shots. She's playing in the fours
Some
for
staying
Queensland.
on, waiting for their time, and some flying in, waiting for the next couple of days.
Yes, a decent fours combination she's got too, and with Julie Keegan, Karen Goldsworthy and Cheryl Heaps. They'll be in action on Thursday.
So Kim is going to pull up. Still 3 foot short, but it is 3 shots. There's a fair bit of room for second shot here. Penny just needs to lose some weight. She's lost a little bit, but she might. Still be 3, I think.
Well, this is better from Kim.
Gets to the
Look
shot
at
bowl.
this. Beautifully played.
Sits behind it. So 4 to Tasmania on the crossover. It'd be interesting to see what Mandy does. There is a bit of a target if she wants to rumble through underneath there, or
We always look forward to these sorts of, in a way, you look forward to seeing what shots play, because it gives you an indication of the type of style of game that these players play. There'd be plenty of players that would be getting up there with some weight behind it to at least get a couple of these out. Find out whether it's Mandy's game.
if you move the front one off the line, it gives you a better look at it. This is draw weight.
Yeah, can she shape her way in here? Just running out of steam.
So still 4 down. Might make Erin change her hand to the forehand.
Well, I think the call from Kim is actually round that to try and get in behind Pete. I think that's what they're looking for, a little bit of protection. And it's not a bad idea because...
You could do that either hand.
Well, Mandy might have blocked her own way in a little bit, and it might force her to play a little bit more weight now. So getting in behind.
She's done that probably a bit further than she asked, but that won't.
Won't what?
I'm just waiting for the call, so they won't go astray, but it just looks like they're drawing again. So.
Gee, this is a tough draw shot.
Indication is just how far short she was. That would indicate she's just trying to correct on
Well,
that.
the line indicated weight, but this is going to be well under.
So it will go astray.
Because
it's clearly...
I think this is one of the situations where the game in WA is sometimes a little bit different with the strong breeze. much easier to send one up through that and just give it a chance to
Yep.
get a couple out. Even if you get it back down to 2, wouldn't have been a bad result. This is going to come up short of the count, I believe. It's still trying to reach.
Trying to reach, but you wouldn't think it will.
So there is 2 removed. There'll be another one, at least one more removed, and then we'll have a look and see. Well, that one, there you go, there's 4. Kim going looking for 5. I doubt it. 4 it is.
4.
So 4 to Tasmania, and they lead at 6 shots to 2. Yeah, it's just one of those ones where sometimes you have to be willing to just play up there and say, well, if I can get it back to 2 down, then that's not a bad result. Rather than trying to play the perfect shot in what is difficult conditions to do so. 7-4 lead to NT over WA in the men's triples. That's after 5 ends there. That one is essentially a playoff for a chance to play in the bronze medal match tonight. Women's triples update. New South Wales leading 6 shots to 1 over Victoria after 4 ends, and I'll give you an ACT Queensland men's update shortly. There we go. Very shortly. It is a 6-3 lead to Queensland over the ACT after 5.
So a little bit longer this one. Kirsten's just going to slide underneath the weight's not too bad. Couple of feet.
We'll keep you up to date with the scoreline because we've just got a little issue there. So 6-2 it is to after 4 ends to Tasmania over the ACT. And there you go, as promised.
A lot of power you have.
Just click the fingers, mate. Click the fingers.
Didn't see nothing move from you. You've done well. Okay, can Kirsten get this line? Because the weight is pretty good.
Yeah, well, both leads got their weight, didn't they? And just missed the line. So needs it to do its best work now.
And Sandra just needs to run this out. If he rolls a winner, might be shot.
Patrick
So
watching
lots of
from
room.
Bavaria in Germany, Pete.
Bavaria in Germany.
October in Germany.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds dangerous.
You hear stories about that, don't you? I'm sure they're not all true. Sure, certainly a place many Australians like to visit at this time of year. Good shot in here.
Just needs it to pull up. It's gone a little too far.
I reckon there's 5 balls there and any of them could be shot.
Yeah, it's got all the directions covered at the moment, and they're all about the same distance away. So opportunity to nail it. And that one's not going to change anything. Just drifts across the front. Kim doesn't have to change a lot here. You know, even trailing to her own's okay. So
she's got to run a bit too, doesn't she? It's just going to slide underneath. Will it do enough underneath? No, it will not. Crashes. So still anyone's game. It's anyone's end here. Not really getting indication from the skippers about who has and hasn't got shot. That one's cut the line, so This won't change it.
Yeah, if you didn't join us earlier on, it is still quite gusty. It's probably gustier than it was earlier on in the day. There's probably not quite so much breeze, but it's just that little bit gustier, making it still quite tricky for the players. Still is interesting that most are favouring to go to the wider side.
Yes.
But you wouldn't think that yesterday and today were in the same place,
No.
because it's quite a different temperature for starters. It was up in the mid to high 30s, well, not quite the high 30s, the mid 30s yesterday, and you could feel every degree of it, I can tell you.
20 kilometres up the coast.
And if anything, it's a little cool at the moment. So
some of the smart people have got jackets on. Going to trundle through, so still don't really know who's got shot. No one's indicating anything.
no.
We need Vicky, our ITO, to step up with the paddles.
All right, so Mandy, can she find her way to the jack here? The line looks pretty good. All down to pace.
Looks okay. Oh, it's just going to slide. It rolls that one. No, it didn't even touch that one in. So,
well, I nudged it, but it stayed put.
Erin needs to lose about a metre. The line is still pretty good.
This is going still a bit quick.
Is it sitting something, bud?
Don't think so.
Oh, sliding into there, so that's another one
Just
in the
an
measure.
elusive spot where the jack has landed here. So the final attempt of this end. Can Mandy find her way to the jack?
Oh, again, the line's good. This time, this is the shot, surely.
That is number one.
That's
Now,
a good shot. Now we're just
let's get the measure out and figure out what else is there, because this is all quite close.
Well, Tasmanian closest being measured first, I would suspect. So it's way back to the leader's position. Kirsten, it's for closest.
There is not going to be much in that. Looks like that bowl is just in. I'm going to go back and check.
Yep, now Kim's keeping a close eye on Penny here.
And it is two. Two to the ACT, and they close the gap to exactly that. It is 6-4 in favour of Tasmania after 5 ends have been played. New South Wales have the foot to the floor against Victoria in the women's triples. 11-1 the lead over there after 5 ends. So that is going to mean that Tasmania will now look to get this win and play for bronze tonight.
A win will be
looking
enough,
at that
won't
sort of scoreline. Of
Yes.
course, still a fair way to go, so you never know. Things might turn around, but really for Tasmania to have a chance at gold, they needed a hefty margin, and they needed Victoria to win by about 5 or 6. So that sort of result looks out of range now.
Okay, so Sandra's first bowl slides on past. Again, a reasonably long end to it.
So, Jamie Lee, you've got your update with asking how the New South Wales girls are going, and Cam asking how the WA men are going. They are trailing 6-7 against the NT, with obviously a WA link in that team as well, with Tristan Smallacombe skippering for.
I suppose we can still
the NT.
Hang on to him by a thread. He's been there a fair while now, hasn't he, Northern Territory?
And he's got the jacket on. He'll be feeling it. He will be feeling it. The NT.
He looks quite rugged up, doesn't he?
The NT are a bit susceptible to the call. He's just given us a look.
Yeah. He's got good ears too.
All right.
So good shot first up from
Kirsten.
Kirsten. Mm-hmm. Can she back it up with a second one? First bit's pretty good. She might have added a little bit to this.
Down to her own, perhaps. Just inside it.
Just not quite getting the line here. The weight's pretty good. Just threw it out a little bit too far.
Yeah, this is a good bowl from Kim. Just wants to finish off now. That'll do nicely. Sits right on the line as well. Couple to Tasmania at the moment. Penny just passing on the outside, so still a couple. Just caught an edge, but nothing changes. Well, Kim won't look to change much here, Pete. She just look to add another one in that same zone as her first one landed. No need, really, to make a huge correction.
Just be looking to keep that line the same. She just doesn't want to put anything jack high or... So it keeps the line good. Slide past the front. It was probably far enough.
So three to Tasmania as we change over. And a chance for them to re-establish their potentially 4 or 5 shot lead. They're in front by 2 at the moment after the 5 ends have been played.
So you can't see the jack. Always adds another element to what you're doing when you can't see where you're trying to get to.
Most will say it would make people play more weight rather than less.
Yep.
Let's see what Mandy can come up with. I think she's got the less side of it.
The less, yes. Yes, the line was pretty good. Line was good enough.
Well, it's a big opportunity now for Erin. She's got a chance to add one for 4 with only one more bowl in Mandy's hand to do anything about it. So, huge opportunity here for Tasmania. Will need to land.
Yeah, needs to sit on something here.
And can afford to. So that will do. That'll be in.
It's a bit unbalanced when putting it down.
The immediate reaction was of concern, potentially because she was quick.
It's not too bad.
Still going to find a way past.
Found a way past.
There was a feel. The body language said quick, out of the hand. And now huge opportunity now for Tasmania. They've won the 2 ends in this direction in the match already. They're going to win another here. Is this wide enough?
No, it's not. Definitely
And he
not.
needs to clear the front.
Doesn't want to.
Well, I think Kim was begging for a clear run. A little bit of relief there. I think it's going to be 4 to Tasmania, but we'll just make sure. 3 removed for sure. And we'll just check whether the back one is in. It might only be 3. 3.
3. There you go.
So 9-4 is the lead to Tasmania after 6 ends. We are a third of the way through this round 3 match. Yes, thanks, Jan. There's also the live option now that you can click, and many of the games are being covered with live scoring. So you can click on the live option in the Bowls Now app or on the results portal on the website. You can click live, and it gives you a screen with all of the matches that are being live scored for that particular event. So the women's triples or the men's triples, go in there, click live, and you can have a look at all of those scores as the matches happen. So you will not get any more live scoring than that, because that's being done by the scoreboard attendants on each of the rinks at the moment, for those that have the live scores being done.
Very nice start from Kirsten there. Weight's perfect. Just going to a nice flop back. So that might be the shot.
I always marvel at where our viewers come from. We've already got Bavaria and Germany covered. We've got South Africa covered. We've got Zimbabwe covered. It's great to see everyone loving bowls and coming to you from a wonderful Western Australia. We've had Japan. I know our streams in the past have gone right through South America as well. We had an under-18 boys final a couple of years ago go to about 4 million viewers or something something amazing. It's just incredible the range we can have with the wonderful live streaming coverage, and of course all of this wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for Tourism Western Australia, the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, Lottery West, and the City of Joondalup, where we are right here at the Joondalup Bowls Club. Tasmania holding sway on this end once more, courtesy of Kirsten.
New South Wales now 14-1 in the New South Wales Victorian.
Yes, I think we can.
So
I think we can just
slowing
about book
down.
New South Wales in for a gold medal match tonight.
This is a really good shot here from Penny.
Beautifully played.
Bit of pressure on the Tasmanians, see how they react. There's at least such in the foreground there, having a joke or something. Of course, he was live streaming only a couple of days ago doing the commentary. Now he's a player. As such. Him not having the weight to do any damage there. Can Penny repeat? Skip just
Well,
has
it's not
to
bad.
slow down, but I think it's pretty good.
It is not bad. She doesn't want to bump it too far. That's what she's worried about. Well, we sneak a look past there. We can see
she has opened it up a bit.
that was the danger.
Yep.
And we've already seen that Erin isn't scared to attack. So it's one of those good bowl sort of ish.
Yeah. good bowl. That's very unfortunate.
Mm.
Having a mid-pitch chat. Suspect it's about how much weight, not if they're going to play weight, but how much weight.
Well, there's a chance at both bowls, Pete. There's a chance Jack doesn't go anywhere here. There's a chance of getting the edge of the bowl and getting both. Or the other option, straight through the middle and get the Jack all the way through the ditch. So I think I'd probably favour the bigger weight here. If you're going to get the Jack, you might as well get it all the way to the ditch.
Yep. Yes, certainly. She has certainly ditch weight. And she's
going to get one of them. She's got one of them clean. In a sense, she's almost got the worst result she could have got because she can't. The advantage of going again, maybe not quite there with pushing that bowl all the way to the back of the rink.
That bowl's still, sitting back there now.
We'll talk about that Jack all the way to the ditch in a minute. We'll just have a look at the end of this end and just ask you a couple of questions on that, Pete. Well, that doesn't have to change much. It's a little bit of a blocker, but it's not really with the weight that Erin was playing. I think we'll see weight again.
Kim's just asking. Looks like just for about a metre of weight. Why she?
Those are the shots that are the hardest to play in these conditions.
So definitely reduced her weight.
The metre over, metre and a half over are the hardest shots to play in these windy conditions. In a lot of ways, they're the shots you sort of stay away from.
Yeah, you can waste your time on a lot of them.
Better off playing 3 or 4 metres, 5 metres and getting through it a bit more definite line. This one's getting fairly hammered by the wind.
Yeah, she got a big gust. Didn't let up on her.
It's probably cost her because she wasn't far away. It's going to be one to the ACT, and it is a 9-5 lead to Tasmania after 7. Something I noticed at particularly at a BPL, Pete, is when the players play for the Jack, they very rarely, unless there's a setup, play to just trail it round the corner or play. Yep. They're generally playing to get the Jack all the way to the ditch and take the opposition's option to just draw their way back out of trouble.
Yep.
Out of it. It's something I noticed very early on at the Bowls Premier League that the top players are trailing Jacks right to the ditch.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, that was a long way from the ditch, fair enough.
Yeah.
But
then the back doesn't matter quite so much because if you've got the weight and you've hit the Jack, generally you're not going to be far away from it in the ditch.
Yeah.
So the back isn't as important.
And it halves the distance, essentially, that you've got to draw the shot because you don't have any room behind the Jack to use.
Yes.
Great start here.
Yeah.
That's a very nice opener there from Sandra.
Yeah, certainly if you are an aspiring top-line bowler, that is a shot. There's just that controlled weight, so you're not steering it, but you're not smacking it either, but you're just good, comfortable weight, getting it down the line, Jack to the ditch, is a really important shot that you need to have. Because generally, the higher the levels you go, the heads get a bit tighter. That shot actually gets a bit easier.
Yeah.
There's less holes.
Yeah.
So if you can do it when there are holes, you certainly will be able to do it when the heads tighten up a bit. It's a really important thing to have to get yourself out of trouble. You need that get out of trouble shot. So this will come home here. This is a pretty good shot here on this hand. It was a good switch.
It's definitely a solid
Really well
couple
played.
of openers.
2 good shots from Mandy.
Sandra?
So, Mandy's going last. Sandra's going first. Got me list around the wrong way.
Yeah, what's Kirsten done here? She's not far away either. Oh, that's surely done enough, isn't it? Wow.
No.
Looking on our screen, it looks to have done. Looking out in the green, slightly different.
Yeah.
So just to give you an idea, that bowl is still about a foot short of the jack. Maybe even slightly more than that.
So if you look at it that way, and the red one is still pretty well perfectly jack high. And it probably is the shot, so that's just the camera. If Mitch could fix that up a bit, get the angles a bit better.
And get right over the top, that'd be great, but that's a little
nice.
Tricky.
Yeah. If you get that little drone out, that'd be quite useful.
Well, is there any jack on the end of this, or is it finding its way through the gap? Just through the gap. Handy home.
Good leave in the end.
Well, what that is Kim playing to that jack high bowl and looking to come in off it, sort of thing, and trying to give it a chance. Very experienced player, and you can't blame her for having that little meter on there.
This one also in the area, also with a little bit of weight. And also through the hole.
Very similar.
Different hole. It's dropped the weight, I think. Yep, it's coming into view. So we did see a little finger from ACT, didn't we, earlier? To say they had one? Not convinced?
I think there was. Interesting with where that last bowl of Kim's has landed. It's just made that... I mean, there is a line around it. There's no doubt about it. But it's probably going to mean you need right weight to get down in there now.
Yeah. Well, Mandy has no choice. That has to be her line. But Erin does have a few other choices she could make.
Yeah.
First bit's pretty good, but I don't think she has the weight. She's had a few short ones going this way.
So, exercising those options is Erin Moore. She's gone to the forehand side. She's looking to push up amongst the Tasmanian bowls or drop under.
Under to the...
To nothing.
Nothing
Wow, that is very unlucky. That was actually quite nice weight to maximise her opportunities of not going through a gap, but still found one.
The turn she got against the breeze at the end is just... Well, I think she's got the weight right this time, but she's not getting past to exercise it.
There is an element of into the breeze in this direction. I know it's mainly a side-on breeze, but there's a slightly into it as well, and it can play with your mindset in these conditions. As Erin puts it out on a similar line to last time,
She's
going to find the other gap. That is incredible.
There are a lot of holes in this game.
Wow. Now, is it certainly, or are we going to get the tape out? Well, we've got the fingers out to start with. Have a look.
Kim is reluctantly, I think, giving away one. Very reluctantly.
Yes. So one more to the ACT. It's a 9-6 lead to Tasmania after 8 ends of this one, as we one end away from the halfway point of the match.
That New South Wales Victoria other girls game, that's tightened up a little bit.
Oh, wow. 14-8 now, New South Wales over
was,
Victoria. That was
14-1.
It was 14-1, so
now 14-8.
Something big's happened
So
in a couple of ends. WA in the men's competition leading NT 11 shots to 8. And Queensland leading 9 shots to 7 over the ACT in the other men's match that's happening right in front of us. We will be covering the men's triples final this evening for you. Now that's currently timed for a 6:15 start here, Western Standard Time. Now that might be earlier than that, so just keep an eye on things. Make sure your notifications are on Facebook, and you like the Bowls Australia Facebook page, because you do get that notification. But we did start this session slightly earlier, so just beware that if you're really keen to watch that match, which hopefully you are, great shot there from Kirsten, that it may go as much as half an hour earlier, so just keep an eye on that.
just sliding on past, but 2 decent bowls there.
Seen plenty of
Sandra?
Sorry, Pete. Seen plenty of the players that are going to be competing in other disciplines, the pairs and the fours, around having a practice. Those that were at the side series wouldn't have travelled home, so they would have perhaps spent the day recovering a little bit from a very warm, arduous side series. Now they're getting out here to sample the greens here at Joondalup.
Kirsten again, really good shot.
That's a great set. Look across, I think I caught a glimpse of Claire Turley here, Lindsay Clark, Ellen Faulkner.
On the back green, or the side green.
That's that women's pairs event, Pete. I mean, we had a look at it in the lead up to this tournament together, didn't we? But I mean, you've got Ellen Faulkner and Karen Murphy together for New South Wales. You've got Claire Turley and Lindsay Clark playing together. Then you've got the mother and daughter combinations of Sam Atkinson and Cheryl Atkinson, and they're for Victoria, and WA's Donna Blackwell and Kay Blackwell. You've got Kim Saunders featuring again.
Yep.
ACT experience of Di Marquette and Sharon Steele. I mean, it's a action-packed field. Colleen Orr's a former Australian Champion of Champions winner. She combines with Siobhan Tootle. And Catherine Greenstade and Jodie Cotts for South Australia. It is I think that might be the most event of the week. I really do.
Still the 1 to Tasmania with the Kirsten first bowl of her first bowl of the end. Kim Saunders trying to add to it, just coming up a little bit short.
I do think the triples format is a really great opportunity for a lead to have a massive impact on the game. When you factor in these conditions as well, first to the jack can often be very, very hard to beat. Another 1 to Victoria over there in the women's pairs match. 14-9 lead to New South Wales now after 10. For Victoria to bridge the gap and play for gold, they need to win by 6 shots. So effectively they're still 11 behind from where they need to be.
Yep.
If Victoria win by less than that, then they would almost certainly play for bronze, because that will put their margin well beyond what Tasmania will be able to bridge, you would think, with the way this game's gone so far.
Mandy's getting down to this. She has got a little bit of weight on her. Just going to slide on past. So that was a really good effort. I don't know. She hasn't turned her own out because she also turned the Tasmanian bowl out. So still just the one. But it is the last bowl of the end. So opportunity for Erin to double what they have. She's got to reach the wall, which she has done. She doesn't want the jack. It won't make any difference. It's a really good shot. So it should be 2 to Tasmania, you would suspect.
Just having a look to see if there's any more. And the measure's coming out.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look like on the TV. It doesn't look like from our advantage here on the green.
I've got a feeling Kim just said, I'm going to have a measure, but I don't think we've got it. I reckon she just had a cheeky little look up as she was getting that measure out. Yeah. She knew she wasn't winning that measure, and she told her opposition before she measured. So 2 shots it is to Tasmania, 11-6 after 9 ends. I once played against Michael Brown from Queensland, Pete.
Michael Brown?
No, Michael, there you are whacking that microphone when you try and get a fly again.
No. Ski flies.
Yeah, and he used to stay at the start of the game. If you go for any desperation measures, he used to call it a desperation measure. If you're measuring something you know you're not going to win, then you've got to buy him a drink after the game.
Did you buy him any?
I wasn't playing third against him. I never said I was playing third against him. I was in the clear. I was only leading in that game. Don't have to worry about that. So 11-6 at the halfway point. As Kirsten
again
just needs us to pull up. That's a handy start again. A couple of feet away from the jack.
Sandra, still good weight, but not the line required. Wind has certainly dropped a bit at the moment.
It's just something the players have to keep an eye on, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because the line will
fluctuating.
change. What you're trying to do in windy conditions is find that majority line. Where's the best place I can put the bowl so that I get the most
Pretty good from Kirsten there.
the most optimal sort of result most of the time.
Yep.
You're going to lose the odd one to the wind, but you don't want to be fighting it the whole time, because that's when you do get yourself into strife, and then it starts to affect your weight as well.
Sandra with a shot ball.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a good
and
shot.
It looks like it's going to fall in
just
front too.
Looking between legs. Definitely shot bowl, so a really good shot. I think that breeze has turned a little bit anyway, isn't it? But looking at different flags and it's pointing in different directions, so maybe it hasn't.
Well, a great effort here. Just going to die on the run and drop across.
This hasn't quite got the weight there, so could potentially be in the way, that's for sure. Yep, change of hand.
Tasmania scored 11 shots in the match. 8 of them have been in this direction. So, can the ACT team...
Who's giving 3 seconds?
Yes.
Just doing my maths.
So ACT just trying to break the drought a little bit in this direction. They did win the last end in this direction, but they've haven't been picking up too much.
So just turning it over, opens it up slightly. It's a really good shot. Got a very unlucky result. So Erin's shown she doesn't mind using a little bit of weight, and I suspect she'll use a little bit of weight here, trying to trial that jack out of there.
Here's a bit to play too. It's going to want to bend, so
it's coming.
Catches the edge of the jack, so it's nicely played. Again, good weight to get the right turn, so she was maximising her chances there.
So Mandy will be looking, she's had a few short ones going this way, so a little bit of concentration just to make sure she has a drive on this number 1 rink. Justin, hope you put the jack in the ditch. Just upsetting. Oh, is it past them? It is past them. If it gets past them, it's pretty good, and it has. Really good shot.
Yeah, the fear there was that it just drops across.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we're not giving 100% for sticker placement, though, on the bowl, are we?
No.
Hasn't quite nailed the centre of the bowl there. That's what these pictures are a giveaway. You don't nail that sticker placement. Now, this one's not quite going to get round. Well, it's caught the edge on the way round. I think it was probably going a little quick anyway.
Yeah, it would have needed to have held for the jack.
Well,
I don't think it was doing that.
This is a big opportunity now, isn't it? There's plenty of room here for Mandy. Must make this one count. These are those little 1% chances that you get that you must take. Now, has she got the trip? Well, look out. Well, we've got a rogue bowl there. Yes.
Hasn't made any no, I don't think it made any difference.
So that ball needs to go, so yes.
They can't count that one.
And I think the discussion is to whether that last bowl would have hit that bowl on the way in. Now,
I don't think it would have.
Neither do I, and I don't think it's made any difference anyway, because if that ball doesn't count, then... And they're happy that it is just a one. So, that has to go down as a missed opportunity for Mandy with the room that she had. Those are ones where you just need that opportunity when the opposition can do nothing about it, just to add. But it's still 4 shots the difference with 8 ends to play in this round 3 clash. Now, let's have a look across at a couple of other rinks. The other women's triples match is 15-9 in favour of New South Wales over Victoria. And in the men's matches, 12-8 to Queensland over the ACT. That's after 12. And 13-11 lead to WA over NT after 12.
Pretty good start here from Sandra. Jack high, so it's a really good guide here for Kirsten to get out of line.
Well, the line's not bad. It'll be turning late. There it goes. That's two very handy starters.
Very good shots.
For the ACT.
It's a lot better line from Kirsten. I'm not sure it's going to be. It's trying to get underneath. Didn't quite. It was a really good shot.
It was well weighted, wasn't it? Still, it's not too bad that it's turned that bowl to jack high. It does set up a landing zone a little for Kim to be able to play to, but Penny will try and tidy things up first. Perhaps touch that jack round the corner. Right, well, an opportunity now for Kim to play down there very similarly to, really, to what Kirsten was close to getting.
Penny's last ball may come into play here. Nicely positioned to grab a jack if Kim gets hold of it.
Certainly in the area line-wise. Through the gap.
Oh, another hole.
Wow.
We've seen a lot of holes this game. And there is Penny's last bowl, so perfectly placed.
A little bit of sun just creeping out.
Yeah.
To just warm things up a little bit for us before it says goodbye for the day.
Expect the same again here from Kim.
I heard quite a few comments in the break that it was nice to have a little bit of cloud cover just to keep the temperature down. Well, that's going to be tight, I think. It might be more the weight.
Yeah, she's taken all the weight off, so not quite reaching jack high, so a bit disappointing there. Yep, she's looking down, hands on hips.
In the end, with the right weight, the line probably wasn't that bad, but you could just, sometimes it's the line that looks tight first before you realise it's actually the weight that's letting it get down too early. Victoria not going away against New South Wales there, Pete. So 15-10?
15-10 on 12.
Still in favour of New South Wales. Jen Delves, Tash Van Eldick and Kate Matthews. Yeah, good look at that scoreboard in your screen right now.
Just trying to get down. Is it just going to run out of steam?
Well, very still, almost the stillest part of the day right now. I'm sure it won't be long before that breeze comes back, but it just means there might be a little bit more turn on this side right about now.
And got the second one out. Wind's back.
So Erin got one of them out there. It's still one to the ACT at the moment. And now
shouldn't be cautious of this. A little trail down the line is really good for the ACT girls. She's not far away from that. She's got a bit of jack.
Got the gap. Well, Erin just needs to be a little cautious now. This is either draw the shot or well, I think it really is draw the shot. She can't afford to lose her own bowl over her head, and she doesn't want to chip the jack down the line.
No, she doesn't want half that jack.
Well, she's right in the area. What's she got, Pete?
Oh, nearly.
Well,
ooh, that might have.
That may not be a good result.
No, that may have brought another one.
And that was what that weight was dangerous weight, and it's either draw the shot or needed more weight, but she couldn't play more weight because she couldn't afford to lose her own bowl out of the head. So there's at least 2 removed. I do at least like that they're on a cloth. I like to get them out of the measure zone as well, Pete.
Yeah, they are quite close.
And they are on a cloth, so they know they've been counted. And it's a good way to get five from 4 bowls is leave them in the leave them in the counting zone.
If they're yours, that's not your problem. That back one looks in. Ooh, it's tight. Maybe not. The way that's...
Umpire. So we'll have an umpire to come out and decide this one. Men's triples update, 15-11 WA over the NT after 13, and Queensland 13-8 over the ACT also after 13. And that women's triples match, we're just about due a score update, so we'll give you that one in just a moment. They're just completing an end. It looks like the end has gone the way of New South Wales to the tune of a couple of shots by the look of it, so I expect 17-10 will be the scoreline as the laser measure is out.
Bit of explaining going on. I think they might have confused themselves.
18-10 is the score, so it was 3 there. What's happening, Pete?
Well, don't know. They may have changed their mind whether they actually want the umpire or not.
So,
or how many that's actually going to be in the measure.
Vicky has moved those 2 bowls further out.
No, okay, they've decided those 3 in the front. They started discussing the 3 in the front. They finally decided they had no interest in them. So here we'll take a second measurement.
Well, while we're just finalising that, there's Blake Nairn's asked how each section's looking. I could suggest he goes and has a look for himself, but
a bit of scoring there, Blake.
So the section 1, South Australia went into this one with 2 wins. They were +6. The Northern Territory and Queensland are both on 1 win. Northern Territory has +2 and Queensland has -2. This is in the women's event.
And that's 2.
And WA were on 0 wins and -6. So still a fair bit that can happen there. That was 2.
Oh, 3, sorry. No, that was 3. My apologies. 3 shots to ACT.
Thank you, Pete.
They took the ACT one out and I forgot they already had 2.
All right, so 11-10 is the scoreline to Tasmania right here. In this section that we're covering, Tasmania needs to win to be a chance at playing for bronze tonight. And New South Wales currently have won both games, and they're 18-10 up now over Victoria. So if New South Wales win that, then that's going to open up the door for Tasmania to play for bronze tonight. In the men's draw, in section 1, very even. All 4 teams have won 1 game. Victoria +5, Tasmania -1, South Australia -2, and New South Wales -2. So anything can happen there. Literally anything can happen. And in section 2, Queensland well in charge with a 2 wins +21 margin. WA and NT are playing each other effectively for a bronze medal opportunity tonight, although I think the margins ACT are taking it to Queensland. It's certainly not all over there yet, but Queensland can afford to lose by a couple and really not have any issue. There you go. If you didn't get all that, Blake, go up into the link and click on the Bowls link, and you can go and have a look at all the results right there.
So this game's tightened up a bit.
Certainly has. Just
11-10.
one shot the difference.
ACT, I think, have certainly stepped up.
I was going to say it's coincided
Yeah.
with the heads being a little closer as well than perhaps the first half of the match. I like David Baker's doing player spotting on the. Yep, he keeps spotting people. Scotty De Jong, he's pointed out now. He's in the background.
Yeah, he is. He's sitting next to Bolivia. Kirsten just sliding past. Just 4:15, so a few more are turning up for a roll in preparation for tomorrow.
Just travelling. Oh, was travelling, but ran into the front.
Run into their teammate, so that'll be 2 to the ACT. But a pretty good track in here for Kim. Just got to slide under her own or her teammate's pole. On target.
How's the pace?
It doesn't have any pace.
No.
So struggling a bit at the moment. Tasmanian girls.
Well, 4 of the last 5 ends have gone the way of ACT. Well, there's still a nice opening there for Kim to find her way into.
Yeah, no, it's a nice draw there. Just needs 6 feet on her last. Certainly got at least 6 feet.
Oh, right in the area. Needs the jack.
And she's got it
And
all
gets the
this
jack.
time.
Well played.
Got all to her own teammates' bowl. So that's 2 up from 2 down. And a smile on Kim's face. Where they finally got one in the middle. They've had a few edges and a few holes. Both teams.
Scotty De Jong there, Pete, as we referred to. He'll be playing with Jane Bush in the mixed pairs. $19.10 now. New South Wales over Victoria. Just 4 ends to go. They're almost there. And we already know that New South Wales can afford to lose by, 5 shots and still make it through. So that, I think, we can say that New South Wales are in that gold medal match tonight. That's in the women's competition. We'll be covering the men's triples final right here for you. And as I mentioned earlier, just be aware that might start a little early. So we're currently at 4:15. Might be in for a... It's scheduled
Mandy's
for 6:15, but it might be scheduled for it earlier. Close. And got it.
That's a great shot. I think it stayed.
It was trying to get out, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I think it stayed. Yep. That's a great shot.
Yeah, sorry, I was forced to rush that warning. But yeah, just be aware that we might start that a little bit earlier. Don't want to miss any of the first of our gold medal matches here at the Australian Championships over the next 4 days. Right here at the Joondalup Bowling Club. Well, this is crashing into the front. What's that doing? Nothing.
No, gives them another second.
And sits right in the line as well.
There's a hole there. If they want, or not obviously, Mandy's not going to play that shot. But there is a hole to that bowl, so she needs to find a way to get another close one.
All right, so might have to. Well, I mean, there is an opportunity to get in there, which is reasonably safe.
I think it's safe
down there
enough.
on that backhand.
It's around that last bowl. Yeah, it's either turning that red one.
Yeah.
Or if she gets underneath the reddy blue one at the front, then she's probably getting past the.
There's the line we're talking
third
about,
shot.
right there.
Yeah, that's the optimum one. But the other one will probably get her probably a third shot if she has the right weight. That was the line.
Not sure she's quite out there.
This is the second prize. She doesn't have the weight to get under that one either, but it's just... So, will Erin look for that shot bowl through those holes? Certainly there. That's it.
Yeah, that's probably not the weight we're thinking, though.
We're thinking bigger weight than what there.
With the slight
gesturing.
guide through.
We'd like to see quicker arm movements.
Yeah. I guess the only thing that might influence it is exactly how many seconds they've got. But it looks on our screen like 2, with potentially a third, but probably only the 2. But with a hard draw line, I would have thought that it's worth searching for that bowl. Again, comes down to these conditions and what you can play in these conditions. Still quite breezy. So an opportunity to hunt that bowl out of there.
Yep. The easiest shot is the more weight as possible without going crazy. But really solid.
Just send it up a nice solid line, yep.
If you want to challenge yourself, then use a little bit less.
Okay, so I believe it's the weighted option looking at the stance on the mat. Yep, solid weight it is. It's on its way. It needs to clear the front. Well, what's that going to do?
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Got it out and got everything else in as well.
That is 3, a
head,
very sheepish 3. Erin knows that she was very fortunate there, and it's a 14-10 lead to Tasmania. All the players sharing a bit of a laugh there and seeing the funny side of a rather awkward result.
Yes.
19-12 the lead to New South Wales over Victoria at the moment. 15 ends played there. Now, whilst New South Wales have that little buffer, Victoria still need to win that match if they want to play for bronze. So
altogether,
that's what's really coming down there in that match. It's Victoria looking for a bronze medal opportunity. In the men's competition, WA leading 15-13 over NT. That's after 15, and a 13-10 lead to Queensland over the ACT at the moment. Yeah, Hemi, I don't think that's... I personally don't buy into that at all. Hemi's saying that's why it's not an Olympic sport, because of the luck. That's... I don't believe that's got anything to do with it being an Olympic sport or not. In fact, I tend to feel the higher level you go, the less luck there really is. You know, it's not luck that Aaron Sheriff and Lee Schreiner have won singles tournament after singles tournament after singles tournament and things like that.
They have a lot more different people winning.
Mm.
It was just a luck game. It's clearly not. There's luck in most sports.
Mm. Jonathan, we are at Joondalup Bowling Club here in Western Australia, about 25 minutes north of the main city of Perth, and up the north coastal sort of area of the city. Joondalup being a growing and bustling city in itself. Plenty of activity, plenty to experience. In fact, there's more.
Shot.
Experience more in Joondalup.
Two really good shots. She's the last 3 or 4 ends. Sandra's played very well.
All 3 clubs that we've been at throughout the Nationals are in the city of Joondalup, being Warwick, Sorrento and right here at Joondalup.
Kim getting past, that gives her skipper a few options later on. But it's a pretty good setup here for the ACT. There's no target whatsoever. It's just one fly that is very annoying.
I've never seen someone miss flies and hit the microphone so many times, Pete.
Very devious fly.
Well, another one in the zone there, which pretty well positioned, really.
Yeah, this is a good setup for them. No target.
Covers the little bump of the jack as well. Can Kim find a way in here? It doesn't look like it's quite got the trip. Well, Tasmania just scored 3. ACT coming back again. Bearing in mind, if ACT win this match, then Tasmania will miss out on an opportunity to play for bronze. And Victoria will stay in that spot.
Victoria hoping for that. And that's 4. It's going to take a really good bowl here from Erin just to cut down. Not worrying about getting shot, just to get second shot. Suspect that should be on the forehand, trying to beat the bowl behind the second shot. That's just behind the jack height. She coming? It's very close. This is a really good shot. Just coming to view now. That's a great
well played.
Second.
Caught the little edge. Didn't really need it. Wasn't going to be far away anyway.
That helps a lot. Can't really get it out.
No, very difficult to get to.
So Mandy's just going to have to live with that and try and get one closer.
Well, she can bump their own shot bowl now. She could make 3. Not bad.
Just not going to wriggle.
Well, does that set a little opportunity up?
Maybe.
Not sure how clean it goes. Not sure how clean it goes. It may actually land on the back bowl, but hard for us to pick up that angle.
Yeah, we haven't seen Mandy interested in those kind of shots
No.
yet. This might be the time.
A lot may depend on how cleanly it goes out. If it doesn't go out clean, it's probably not worth playing. But I don't think that's going to get back. So, I mean, there's actually an opportunity forehand to play it.
Yes.
Through the front bowl, up onto the plant, and it just depends whether that goes out past the ACT bowl.
So she's been called up, so clearly...
Feels like it hits that bowl, doesn't it, Pete? Could slide past it, though.
It's only got to... Yeah, as long as it doesn't hit the middle of it. Clearly, Penny sees an opportunity. But I think it's more that other shot where you're just rolling their own bowl over onto the jack for 3.
I think so. I think it's the safer way to play this. They're 4 behind with 6 ends to play. They're holding 1. In fact, they're going to take the 1.
Wow. Now that is a little confusing.
Okay, well they've taken the 1, so it is 14-11 in favour of Tasmania, 5 ends to play. We've got a request for a look at Lee Such. We'll see what we can do for you.
Why would you want that?
I'm not sure.
I'm looking at him now. No. So Sandra again, she's been really good the last few ends. She's got better as the game gone on. She wasn't terrible before, but it's a really good shot. Watch. Long
There
enough.
you go. You got your look at Lee Such.
There's the shortest glimpse you're going to get. Just waiting to see whether he could move fast enough to get in the shot.
It's going to get all the way for Kirsten. It's a decent opener. Still probably a 1.5 to travel.
But his shot.
There you go. There's the man himself. A bit of a smile on the face too. A great man, the Lord Lee Such.
For all these New South Wales admirers. Another good shot. Well played by Sandra.
The leads have turned it up a little bit in the second half of this match, Pete. Just found their range a little bit more. Penny find a way in here. Clear run, gets it.
Very good shot.
That's very well played.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of pressure on Tasmanian girls here.
21-12 lead to New South Wales over Victoria. That's with 2 ends to play.
So that game's done pretty well.
Another end on the board to New South Wales. That's 22-12. Now the only thing that starts to come into play now is Victoria had an 11-shot advantage over Tasmania. Victoria down by 10 at the moment. They wouldn't want to drop a 3 or a 4, otherwise they give Tasmania room to actually lose by 1 or 2 and still
get them.
Be in front of them.
Yep.
So it's still an important last end for Victoria to win over there. We'll keep an eye on that for you.
Looking to get underneath, and she has. Well, the way the last few ends, ACT are right in this game. Tasmania going to have to play well to get out of, just to keep them at bay.
Interesting. We're well behind the other games as well. The other games happening on this green, about 3 ends behind them.
Yeah. They don't seem to have dawdled or anything.
No.
Give me again. She's got some weight this time. Has she got enough? It's helping. Cut one out. Erin says so. It'll be 2. 2 to ACT.
WA leading NT 16-14 as they enter the final end of that match. Now,
what's a draw do?
What does a draw do? A draw favours WA. So the NT must win that match to get to a bronze medal playoff.
Draw doesn't help the ACT?
No. So Mandy. Just feels like that line's been hard to find for them out there. Just dropping across the front, that would have gone another foot. So just struggling to trust that line right out there on the whitish side.
So Erin needs to come up with another good bowl here. She beats one, she'll beat them both. So she's either drawing shot or she's drawing nothing. The line wasn't bad, but she just pushed the weight, I think.
That's all.
Mandy's looking for what? Metre, 5 feet.
Well, she's round, just going to collide. Well, that's got a nice little kick.
So she wriggled away there, but well, she has opened it up a little bit here. There's
feels like this is a weighted opportunity now.
Similar weight to her last, really. She turns anything. It's got to help. But it can't really be as dead draw weight. She hasn't got a lot. It would have been really interesting with another 2 metres on it.
Well, I think that's going to be 3.
It is.
It is. We've played 14 ends, and we are 14 all, Pete. 14 all, 4 ends to play. A bronze medal berth on the line for Tasmania. Now, we don't have a final score. They're still playing that last end between New South Wales and Victoria at the moment. Looks like New South Wales is holding, well, at least shot. Sam Atkinson's playing weight. She has missed.
She doesn't like it.
So we'll keep an eye on Sam still has 1 bowl to play over there, so we'll keep an eye on that because that might create a margin required here. But right now, Tasmania's in a scrap to try and get themselves to a bronze medal opportunity tonight.
Again, Sandra's all over it.
So Sam's played weight again and has just clipped a bowl and missed. So we'll just see how many that is over there. Hopefully we'll get a final score update. Well, Pete, it is 4 to New South Wales over there, so that is 26-12 is the final score. So that pushes Victoria back to a -3 and means that Tasmania can lose this game by 2 shots and still make a bronze medal match playoff with, incredibly, with minus shots.
Sandra has really stepped it up. Her last 5,
Absolutely.
6 ends have been fantastic.
Yeah, certainly has made a big difference in the match. We talked about the difference the league can make in 2-bowl triples, and that's exactly the difference she's made. And it's no coincidence that they've won, a whole string of ends. Four of the last 5, 5 of the last 7.
Getting down.
Not quite with the weight.
Quite. Oh, didn't reach. Didn't have it in view. There were legs in the way and there was a TV in the way. Noise you can hear, there's Northern Territory, Tristan Smallacombe, I think has just made 2 or 3. 2 behind going into the last end.
And the indication from his teammates is that Northern Territory currently hold 3.
Should give them the win by 1, so Justin Opie, if they want to play for a bronze medal, will need to do something.
Sandra continues to hold sway here on this end. She's nailed it, and it's proving hard to match at the moment.
Pretty good shot there too.
So next door, Justin Opie is about to let
he's going
a
at
weighted shot go.
It's a pretty decent target.
And he has
got his own, so done nothing.
Nope. So that is going to be the NT into a bronze medal match playoff tonight.
So it's a pretty reasonable shot there from Kim, but there's still 2 down. And they don't seem to have an answer at the moment, the Tasmanian ladies.
Well, we know Tasmania can now afford to lose this match by 2 shots, and they will go through. If they lose it by 3, well, then we go to a further countback.
Mandy just sneaks around for another one. Yeah. Kim Saunders asking Erin Moore for some weight through there on the backhand. Doesn't get underneath. Oh, she looks like she's well under the line, so one more opportunity.
Okay, I can confirm in section 1 that South Australia will play for gold in the women's competition. South Australia will play for gold against New South Wales.
Pushed another one up, so now holding 4 for the ACT.
And bronze, Queensland will play, but we don't know who yet. It's going to be Tasmania or Victoria.
Oh, that's an important shot here. 4 down. It's a pretty good target. It's a pretty good target, so she has to play weight. I don't think there's any question. They are going to have a discussion. So underneath that front bowl, sit the bowl, grab the jack. Whatever weight she's comfortable with. So that's closer than her last. Is it going to hold? Yes, it is. Great shot.
Oh, what a
here.
shot.
That is a great shot.
Brilliant.
Did it stay in? It did for 1.
That is a massive, massive save. 15-14 now, the lead to Tasmania. That bowl there might go a long way to getting them into a bronze medal playoff tonight.
4 down there would have been hard to get back from.
Still, men's triples matches being played out in Section 1. Section 2, we know that Queensland will play for gold and the NT will play for bronze. We don't know who they'll be against yet because those matches are still in progress over on the other green.
Kirsten, who's just going to a couple of metres through. Can Sandra continue her form?
Well, Tasmania lead it by 1. Probably got to win one more end. If they win one more end,
reckon that's enough?
if it's a multiple, then it could be. I mean, we said that in the last game, and then a big score came through. So. Well, that's the furthest Sandra's been away for a while.
Yeah, it is. Still had the weight right, just chucked it out a bit wide, so... Seems like a better line, but still might... have a little bit of weight on it.
Might have the jack on it though.
Oh, I've got the jack.
Certainly has.
Okay. That helped.
Well, certainly does. Bit of a super trail. About a 4-foot trail of the jack. Well, a lovely line is the call.
Yeah, the weight's not too bad either, is it?
Urging it home.
Trying. That's a great shot.
That is a fantastic reply. And look, even though it's not shot, it sits there and widens the target. If you can make the shot easier for the next person that gets on the mat, then you've done your job. Sandra has done that.
Weight here from Kim, so that's...
Well, depends on where that lands now. That's going to go far enough that it's out the way so that Penny has a shot to play here. Nothing for short with this bowl. Reach up there. Push through her own teammate's bowl or get to the shot bowl.
It's not short. What's the line like?
It's super close. Bowl to jack. Perfectly played.
Great shot. Again, Tasmania under a bit of pressure.
There is one thing for certain, Pete. I will be going for the jacket after this game. It is cool now. It is.
Well, I came pre-prepared.
You told me yesterday I'd be wearing a jacket at 10 to 5 in the afternoon here. I would have laughed at you.
I'll just do my jacket up because it is a little bit cooler.
Yeah, okay, no worries,
yeah,
mate.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh. Can hear the zip. It's nicely hidden away in all as well, so it's going to take a really good bowl just to turn their own bowl off the line or sit around behind it. Pushing up, but is it going to arrive enough to turn their own bowl? Didn't quite get to it. So another second. Still a lot of weight on this from Penny, I think.
Yeah, just pushing past, so does cover the back of the rink.
Does cover the back. So another discussion from the Tasmanian girls. It's very hard to get out of this.
Well, we'd assume they know their margins. We'd assume that they've done their research before they come out here and
Maybe.
know what their margins are, or that they would have someone having a look at that for them.
Not a lot of options. It's really just a draw on this backhand. You might play a couple of feet away, as I said, turn their own bowl off the line so she can have a look at it for the next one. Or give herself a chance of just grabbing onto the jack as she slides past, but she can't have too much weight.
Well, this is what I'm talking about with the margins. They need to be aware of, one down's not a disaster here.
Yep.
Don't take your own out and drop 3.
Yep. So that's too much weight. That's not going to get back enough for her to get to the jack or the shot bowl.
No change with that one. So, last chance for Erin to turn this in Tasmania's favour. Just 2 ends to play after this one.
Weight's a bit better, but just didn't get the line. Yeah, the weight was really good.
Well, it's going to come down to the wire, Pete.
It is.
Because barring anything silly, this is going to be 15 all. It could even be 16-15.
It's trying.
To the ACT.
Trying.
Well,
Did it.
I don't think so, but they may want to get the tape out. Oh, the tape is definitely coming out. Okay. Well, we've got a great angle on that.
Wasting no time. It is 2, is it? to that one. Yeah, it looks comfortably 2.
Maybe it was only a roughie with the first one,
Very
so we'll
rough.
just... Oh, that's... Wow.
Yeah.
2 it is. So, wow. The ACT lead at 16-15 in a game that the Tasmanians can afford to lose by 2. Now, if they lose by 3, it's going to come down to percentage. And that's tricky to calculate while they're still playing because it depends on actual final scores. So Victoria are currently -3, 48-4, 51 against. So when you add this scoreline on, I would expect percentage would go in the favour of Tasmania if they were to lose by exactly 3. But we'll leave that for Bowls Link to figure out once once the results are in.
Well, I suspect that's the
We've got a bit
first
to play
time.
out first.
First time ACT's been in front. You have the numbers there. Is this the first time they've been in front?
It most certainly is, Pete.
And
Scores have been level, but
Yep.
the ACT have not been in front until now.
Another really good set by Sandra there. The first one's about 2 feet behind, and the other one's a foot and a half in front. Can Kirsten answer? A little bit of room. Changed hands. She's just got a little bit of length on this. It's not going to quite get down. Sun peeks out again. Brings the shadows in. Penny just going to not quite arrive. Going to be a nuisance. Saunders just sliding past still, so still be 2 shots to the ACT. Can they add a third? Penny's looking for 3 feet on her last. She's got enough. Settling down, so that's now 3. 3 to the ACT.
Okay, so
you've got Clive over there doing calculations.
yeah, the men's results are through, as we just see Kim's bowl come down here. It's not far away.
Not far away. This is a really good bowl.
Great shot.
That's a great shot.
It's a big pressure bowl.
Much needed bowl, that.
Feel the moment there. Now, the gold medal match for the men will be Victoria versus Queensland. So that is the match we'll have for coverage for you this evening. Victoria versus Queensland for the men's gold medal. And the bronze medal will be New South Wales versus Northern Territory. That's in the men's competition. Women's competition will be gold, New South Wales versus South Australia, and the bronze will be Queensland versus either Tasmania or Victoria, depending on how these last couple of ends play out.
That was a huge bowl from Kim Saunders.
Well, if Tasmania can score here, they'll give themselves essentially a 4-shot buffer. Victorians look on the sidelines.
Yeah, they're still over there. Just not getting around. Probably not. Or is it going to wriggle? No.
Just incredible how it can come down to, one end. The Victorians dropped to 4, and that's what's opening the door a little wider for Tasmania. Great effort.
That helps. Cuts those back 2 out, so now there's only 2 seconds. Expect underneath with a couple of feet, jack down the line, sit the bowl. But she's playing the other hand, which is
That's not going to get down.
No. It seemed like the tougher shot there for Mandy. It looked like, let's say, backhand still. Jack down the line was both their bowls, but chose.
So really crucial here that Tasmania don't give away shot.
No.
One's quite good fishing for them here. As the lights come on here at Joondalup. 1 it is to Tasmania. We are 16 all as we go into the final end of the match. According to my calculations, Tasmania can afford to lose by 3 and make it through. I think Ray might be up there helping them with some calculations. They do have Ray looking after them, I think.
Okay.
She's got what looks like the phone out doing some calculations.
Can Kirsten put one really close just to take the pressure off?
She's not bad.
So Erin's interested.
She's not bad at all.
That helps.
Little nudge at the jack and certainly does.
Sticks around, so good shot. Pretty good reply from Sandra too. That's a great shot.
Wow.
Terrific shot there.
Look, it's fair to say that this game, first half, was just the heads were a little bit loose.
Yeah, just rolling along.
But the second half has been outstanding stuff, really. The players have really found their range. It might coincide with the wind just dropping away a little bit.
Yep.
Just allowing them to find a more consistent line. This one's going to drop, as I say, a consistent line. This one's going to drop under, but we wouldn't put it past Sandra to land another one right next to it here.
No, you wouldn't. She's been excellent. Well, she got the weight because the line is pretty good. Another good shot.
Not sure whether that counts. It's probably just short of the count, I think.
Just sneaking under the line. The weight's okay.
Well, these two bowls that Penny plays are probably more important for Tasmania than for the ACT.
Way more important for Victoria than both of them.
Yes. Because if these land in the count, and this is a chance to make some contact, well, that's definitely two now.
It's definitely two, so change of hand here for Kim. But similar type weight you'd expect, just arriving. Give yourself the opportunity, but don't run through too far. So has she got the weight? Because the line's pretty good. She'll come home late. Trying hard. Trying really hard.
Well, that's a really important bowl. She's played a couple of those in the last couple of ends. Experience comes to the fore when it's needed, and Kim's been able to come up with a couple of real crackers when she needed them.
But still a good opportunity here for both. Whoever gets to that bowl first. Oh, Penny, she's close again. Bit of jack around the corner.
She's got the gap, I think. Wow. Wow.
Got a clap from the Victorians.
Yes. Smiles on the faces over there. They know what's on the line here.
Yeah, she has to play it, even if she gets the jack around the corner. There's a sitter bowl. Just looking for that 2 foot weight.
Just going to hold wide.
Just a bit too much weight.
So Mandy now, can she sit the bowl for 3? Remembering the ACT aren't necessarily chasing a number here.
No,
it's not in their interest to get a number.
No, they just probably want to just win a game.
Yeah.
So they're happy with one. I can tell you wouldn't know it because they are trying hard here.
Well,
still
if that beats the green and yellow, which from our angle it looks like it does.
Suddenly that bowl comes into play, doesn't it? Sit the bowl for 4.
Sit the bowl for 4.
Jack around the corner for 4.
Can Erin put this away?
Is it going to run it out?
No.
Well, the fate of Tasmania and Victoria rests in this bowl.
Are they going to take it?
Mandy holds the fate. Oh, that would be disappointing if she took it. No, it's okay.
The signal was to take it. So this is the thing.
No, she hasn't. They didn't speak loud enough for her to hear. So that's. Comes past me. I don't think it has the weight. Has the line perfectly. Does not have
quite
the
going to make it. So, as you say, 1 has been removed, and it'll be 1 to the ACT. They will win the match, but it'll be Tasmania that will book their place in the bronze medal playoff, courtesy of being in front of Victoria on shots.
Yeah.
Incredible finish. Incredible finish.
That last end 4 hurt.
I think we can say that Sandra Warren can take a bow for the ACT.
Oh,
what a fantastic performance in the back end of that match.
Second half.
Sensational.
POG.
All right. That means we now know that our finals will be in the women's competition, New South Wales versus South Australia for gold. And the bronze medal will be Queensland versus Tasmania. And in the men's competition, it'll be Victoria versus Queensland playing for gold. and New South Wales to take on the Northern Territory for bronze. So that is what's coming up. Now, we're timed for a 6:15 start. Wouldn't surprise me if we go a little earlier, so just keep an eye on that and make sure you don't miss any of the gold medal action. Thank you again, Pete.
Thank you very much, Clive.
Big thank you to Tourism in Western Australia, the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, Lottery West and the City of Joondalup, where all the action is taking place for the Nationals 2023. We've got the first gold medal of the Australian Championships portion of the 2023 Nationals to take place tonight. Don't go too far, and we'll be back to join you right back here at Joondalup to decide some gold medals. We'll look forward to it, and we'll catch you then.